I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, that this is one of our best basketball players, and he should be given an opportunity to go overseas and to develop his skills. Not to be driving and running errands for Minister.
True.
That's what we reduce one of our national athletes to do.
Just imagine.
That's the best thing we could get for him to do. It is a disgrace, Mr. Speaker. It is a disgrace. You want to be Minister of Sports, you got to go and develop those young people and treat them with respect. And don't get up and curse them and insult them and shout at them at VC Bird Airport and treat them with utter disdain.
Showing himself.
You're out of order. Mr. Speaker, I don't know why the other members on the side are not giving me a chance. All I'm saying is that we have to put mechanisms in place. Put systems in place. We have a great policy document. If you think it's great, follow up. Show me your action. Tra-la-la-la-la. Show me emotion, Mr. Minister. Show me emotion. All right? Show me emotion. I don't want this book just to go in a library or go in some office in some ministry. I want implementation. I want to see when them young people need help, that you're all not too busy in your offices to meet them and to give them assistance. The Prime Minister have given you a big responsibility. You are charged with the portfolio of youth development and sports. It is an extremely, extremely important field in any government. It is dear to the Prime Minister's heart. He's a sports community-based politician, come from an area that excelled extremely well in sports and is still excelling. Empire football and all the other athletes that he has produced. You can't disappoint him and disappoint this country, Mr. Minister. You must have time, and don't let politics come in it. So when you're coming up to Param with Joan Messiah, and you say, oh, you're not going to roll no field, and you're not going to put no lights on no football field, and you're not going to fix the bathrooms on the basketball court, because Asad Michael represents the people of Param. That is nonsense. You're making those young people suffer for politics. The bathrooms up there in disrepair, they're not working on the basketball court field. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. She will do nothing. When we were in power, we created a beautiful basketball court, lit it up. I did it. My colleagues accused me of spending too much money up there. On the contrary, but now after 3 years of the UPP administration, after 3 years, Mr. Speaker, we have to buy the lights, we have to pay to roll the field, we have to fix the bathrooms, the fencing is not done. And all he does, the minister, he drives up there with Senator Joan Messiah 2-3 times and we don't see him again. No action being done.
It's a show.
Just for a show. Come on, they're young athletes up there too. The people in Param pay taxes, the people in Piers. There are no lights on the football field in Piers. They've been blown for 3 years. And you want to replace them. Come on, you have to do it all across the board. What do you mean get your own lights? You think it's Asad Michael you make him suffer? You think it's Asad Michael you make suffer? You're not making me suffer. You all cut off the electricity and the computer clinic in Param, where the young people, I was the first politician in this country after Lester Bird to put computers in any constituency out of my own pocket, not out of the pockets of the people, not out of the treasury. I have 80 computers in Piers and Param, 80. Since 4.5 years now. And now you, Mr. Prime Minister, who are you enriching? You're enriching private, and y'all are going and y'all are paying for the computers out to the people's purse. Y'all are not doing it yourself. All the computer clinics you're opening across the country, why don't y'all do it out of your constituency allowance? Why don't you make a sacrifice? Take 10% of your salary every month.
10% of the graph.
Follow the lead of the member for St. John's Release and spend some money out of your pocket. You can't expect just to spend all the money from the treasury. Ease up on the treasury. Show that you really care for these young people. None of the computers in none of the areas come from your pockets. That is not true. It is a fact. It is an undeniable fact. But we started it.
Yes.
Gaston Brown put computers on a meager salary that he had since before he went into politics, when he was in the bank, when he was a Swiss American bank. He contributed. Not a Stanford man. I'm talking about 6-7 years ago.
When I first entered, 1998, personal money.
Personal money out of his pocket. And they cut off the electricity. I have to be calling Roger Tongue, calling Mr. Martin up at the APUA. Every other month they're cutting off the electricity at the computer clinic in Parham.
They don't care about the youths.
What care you have for those youths? We have 64 students registered in Parham taking computer lessons, and you lock off the electricity. You lock off the electricity on the basketball court, Mr. Minister. It is true. I had to call Chaku Simister. I had to call him when he was there. You locked it off twice. What do you mean it wasn't true? You lock off the electricity on the basketball court. That's the victimization of that government. You don't want to hear the truth. A vision, Mr. Speaker. A vision with no action. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, can I have some protection from the Prime Minister and these other members? Please, sir, I need some protection.
Gentlemen.
I need some protection.
Gentlemen.
Can I get some protection, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, can I get some protection from them? Allow the man to speak.
Well, if you all want to continue, I'll sit and listen.
Anyway, Mr. Speaker, a vision with no vision is like a blind man in a blind man's land. And I'm saying to you, Mr. Speaker, that this national youth policy, it should be a position statement, Mr. Prime Minister, of how you wish to position the youth of the country, how you wish to position the youth vis-a-vis the other youth in the wider Caribbean area and the neighboring territories, and globally also. The scholarships that the Prime Minister boasted about, rightfully so, the member for St. John's Wood West, that we are able to get from the governments of Cuba, Mexico, and Venezuela. If the truth be told, Mr. Speaker, I don't know about Morocco. Maybe Mansour negotiated that. I don't know about Morocco. I know about Venezuela, Mexico, and Cuba. And China too. All of those bilateral negotiations, Mr. Speaker, were negotiated and they were signed by the previous administration. You're benefiting, Mr. Prime Minister. You're reaping the fruits, and that's a fact. That is a fact. Come on, all of those diplomatic, who established the diplomatic relations with Mexico and Venezuela and Cuba? Who? And China. Which was the first OECS country to establish diplomatic relations with China? Not under VC Bird and under Lester Bird. You'll admit that, Mr. Prime Minister. And Mr. Member for St. John Cities, who was responsible to go down to Cuba and to meet the President Fidel Castro? Wasn't it Lester Bird, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs? But we negotiated them. You are building upon it. You are expanding upon the foundation that we laid. The solid foundation that we laid, you're reaping.
That's not true, Brother Seven. That's nonsense. Dozens of people who went to Cuba. Dozens. No, stop it.
The UPP government, Mr. Speaker, has not introduced in this country one single tertiary institution since coming into office. Tell me, Mr. Minister of Education. Pardon me? 3.5 years. So you want another 3.5 to put one?
Then why are they taking credit?
But why are you taking credit? Just give us the credit. Give us the credit for State College.